And we are live.
All right, then.
How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing well.
All right. We have somebody in the basement. We'll bring her up here in just a little bit. She's our guest of honor tonight. But before we get into that, this is a giveaway show. If you are new, I know I say this every week, but I have to because I never know when someone else is going to be here and doesn't understand the rules. So this is a giveaway show. It is a quarterly giveaway show. The next drawing is going to be on December 1st on a Thursday. And these weekly shows are all about getting entries to the wheel. I do hashtag giveaways. I just posted the first one just now. Tonight's top 10 is top 10 Las Vegas casinos, according to some website. I don't know. I don't make these up. I just go find the top 10 list. So next week, I will be in Las Vegas. I'm going on a trip with my family. We're going to Salt Lake City first, and then we're going to drive down to Vegas, and we're going to eat at restaurants. I'm not there to gamble, but we're staying on the strip, so it'll be there. We'll see them all. So what you have to do is every time I post a hashtag, you go ahead and it's easy if you copy and paste it. If you're on a computer, you can do that. If you're on a phone, it's harder, but make sure you get every apostrophe, period, everything perfect. Capitalization does not matter, but it does. Spelling does. Absolutely. So the first prize, so we collect entries each week. The more weeks, the better chance you have of winning. On the 1st of December, we will spin for a 24-note nosing kit, 3 sample bourbons marked A, B, and C, a virtual private tasting with me, and a Bourbon Bounty logo whiskey glass. That this one is one of the early ones I did. It's in vinyl. I do them now with acid etching and all of that, but they're crystal.
Nice.
So you get one of those. Second prize is 2 ounces of bourbon in a glass. Third prize is the glass only. So let me give a shout out to some of the people here in the chat. If I miss anybody, I'm sorry. Lori is here, Sheba B, Mr. Fulton Moraz, Stuntman Steve, Tavern, Kitty 303, Big Tank Hank, of course, Mr. Great Shot's here. I can see him. Mike Carrier, how's it going? Funky Uncle John. Looking for a new one. Big Daddy H is here.
Daddy H.
Whiskey Food Dude. Now I am talking to the Whiskey Food Dude about possibly coming up here as a guest, but right now I'm booked kind of out into November, so we'll have to look. And I keep booking up. The Fenzers won. Mr. Fulton, did I already call him out? Angie Mason is in the basement. She'll be up here shortly. I believe I've covered most people. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. We do have a lot of people in here. But the first thing I want to cover after the basic rule stuff there, Mark, I got a care package from Mr. Great Shot today. And right up here on the top shelf is an E.H. Taylor small batch right there. 750 milliliter bottle. And balcones, and balcones. And Andalusia. So I actually have a pour of the Andalusia Triple Distill Single Malt 50 ABV. There it is. There's the full bottle of it
here.
And
well, it was full, but
it was full. Well, the regular bar bottle. I want y'all to look though at how pale this is. Now this is not a bourbon. Aged 3 years. Look at that. And it is. I can tell you though. Even though the color is really light, that edge is so glass on this thing. It just, when you look down at it, it just looks freaking expensive. And it does coat the glass really well. It coats the tongue really well. It does taste like scotch, you know. But I drink scotch too. So cheers, everybody. And don't be shy about posting out what you're drinking down there. What was that, Mark?
So I think it's got a nice, long, lingering finish to it as well.
Oh, nice! It's buttery but peppery at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
The finish, it's really, really, really good. It's almost like drinking candy, like. But butter candy, like butterscotch
Kind of,
candy.
yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit of that butterscotch, kind of shortbread cookie note to it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it has that. But yeah, that E.H. Taylor small batch, it's not going to get open tonight. I'm drinking the Andalusia tonight.
Okay.
They're all 50% ABV.
Yep.
I'm thinking after this one we might go to the Revenant Oak, the peated.
Okay.
Um,
Well, it's really really light peat. I mean,
right.
you'll catch it more on the nose than you will on the palate.
Okay.
I mean, because I'm not a peat head. I don't much
No, no,
care for
no,
it.
and I'm not either. But I just did some reviews on something county, and I can't remember. It's in New York. The
Suffolk.
bottles are what's that?
Suffolk.
No, it's a distillery there at the Navy Yard in New York.
Oh, okay.
It's shoot, I have the videos; they're posted out there. But one of them
Okay.
is their base bourbon, like, and they do a lot of experimental stuff.
Mhm.
And their base bourbon is really really good. And then I reviewed it first, and then I did an experimental peated version of that
Oh.
bourbon.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, dude! Because I'm not a huge fan of high corn count in a
Yeah.
bourbon. I like it around the 60s, 65 at the most. And of course, in New York, in order for them to have a distillery, they have to local source most of their grain because
Yeah.
that's part of the rule. So it's a lot of corn goes into
Oh,
there.
so it's
Evan
real
Williams
sweet.
is a high corn count. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't
I
know.
didn't.
It gives this
I
little funky flavor to me.
I didn't send you a sample of the Balcones peat.
Oh yeah, no, that would probably be like. I mean, if I want to, I can drop a cigar butt into any glass of bourbon.
Well, no. The surprisingly, I believe I, I can't remember the name of the peat that they used, but I believe it was sourced from Scotland, and I believe it was sourced from Islay. So I mean,
Okay.
it's got that Band-Aid, iodine,
Yep.
that
Medicinal
kind of,
peat.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of note to it, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So I've got, needless to say, I've got 95 or better percent of a bottle that I'm probably gonna be giving away as samples and things like that.
Only the people you don't like.
Well, the people that,
Or if they like the peat, if they like the
yeah,
Isle of Scotch. Yeah.
the people that like really like Lefroy and some of the other those that kind of Isla or just straight up peat. The people that really
Right.
like peat, Ardbeg and stuff like that, they could appreciate this one. Me,
Yeah.
it's not my flavor profile.
Yeah. One thing I did want to say, we're going to bring Angie up just a teeny bit early tonight than normal. We usually bring our guests up right at 7 o'clock, but she has to leave at 5 minutes until 8. And we usually keep our guests on until 8. So what we're going to do is bring her up just a little bit early. But first, I'm going to spin for this current one, the Caesar's Palace, and then I'll set up the next one, and then we'll bring her on up here.
Okay.
All right. So let me get this shared out.
Cheers, 21090. Good to see you, Todd. Funky Uncle John.
Where?
Let's see who else we got. Just Jenny's.
Huh?
And there's
What
Whiskey
the
Food
heck?
Dude in there.
Wait, where did my share screen go?
Mike Carrier. Uh-oh. Technical
Yeah,
difficulties, folks. We'll be right with you in just momentarily.
well, when did they change something?
They sneaking in changes, are they?
I guess. Huh. Well, let me see if this works. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. There we go. They just they moved the button on me for some reason. Okay, here we go. Giveaway. Here we go. Bang. And good luck, everybody. Here we go. Sorry about that. They I guess StreamYard had a little update, and it kind of changed the look of it. It was still there, but I had to find it. Mike Carrier. Let me write
Mike
that
Carrier
down.
coming in there hot already. Congratulations, Mike.
All right. And now we got all of the sprinkles out of the way. Let me go ahead and set this next one up and get it pushed out. And then we'll bring Miss Angie up here. And I'm surprised. Some of these I've never heard of before. I don't really gamble. I don't go to Vegas. So
Nah, me neither. I'm not a gambling type person.
All right. This is according to some website. But without further ado, welcome Angie Mason
Hey there,
of Angie
sweetie.
Mason Fluid Art.
Oh, you're
Oh,
on
I
mute.
don't hear you. You're muted. There, now
There
That's a
you
you
little
are.
are.
joke. That's a little joke I always do. How are you guys, gentlemen?
Doing
Doing well,
well.
doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been a while. I've
It
missed you
has.
guys.
And I know we have hung out a few times before when I was doing after parties. I will say this: we were chatting earlier, and she's like, "Oh, I miss you," and I'm like, "Gosh, you don't even know how many hours I'm working right now. It's budget season, so yeah, it's killing me right now." And we're going on vacation next week, so um,
That's awesome.
I had to extra work to get ready, and I'll get slammed when I get back. But I'm gonna put that out of my mind and just enjoy it while I'm there.
There you go. Exactly. Just enjoy it.
That's right. So how's life been treating you lately?
Pretty good. Hanging in there.
Hmm. I
Doing-
did. I was able to walk away from my desk for a few minutes the other day, and I did jump up on Stuntman Steve's live, and you were up there. So I know you're keeping yourself busy.
I am. I am. Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing some lives and doing my lives and art and just dealing with some stuff and just quit drinking.
Oh, you know what? Let me do something right.
Well, is that temporary or
No, I don't think so. It's going to be, permanent.
permanent thing?
Yeah, I
Okay.
told someone I was going to do something tonight. Let me check over here right quick.
Uh-oh.
See, where did that thing go? Hey, y'all talk. Y'all talk.
What's
Hang
he
on.
gonna do
I'm
now?
looking.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. I was doing a
Well,
little too much of that on the lives and
mm,
acting a fool. So,
oh,
and I
well,
was getting away from what I was really on YouTube for, and that's my art and connecting people and spreading love. So,
I got you. Well, good that you could recognize and, nip it in the bud.
well, I didn't recognize it without the help of some really beautiful friends. So,
Yeah.
and I'm very grateful to them for that.
All right. Well, Mr. Fulton Mraz is in a competition right now called Singing in the Shower. And I told him that I would push that link out tonight. There it is in the chat. All you have to do is click on that link, scroll down, go to vote, find Fulton's name, and you can vote 10 times on there in a day. I'm just trying to drum up a little support for him. So no monetary value, no skin off your teeth, just vote. And there we
I'm
go.
not sure if I want to see Fulton singing in the shower.
You don't have to see it. You don't have to see it.
Okay.
It's a radio station.
Oh, okay. Well, and then in that case, I'll check it out then.
Ear up.
But anyway, Angie. Now, before I had to go look up that link and post that out there. What my first question for you was, what got you into poured art?
Well, I used to be an actress and I did a lot of physical comedy and dancing and singing and all that stuff. I did that for 25, 30, I don't know. I'm dating myself. So like 30 years, I guess. And I have osteoarthritis really bad. So I had to retire from that. And I still had to do something to get that creativity. And I remember it was a painful weekend and I was like in bed the whole weekend and I was flicking through YouTube on the TV and I found Mina Villegas art. And I binge watched her entire channel that whole weekend and I just fell in love with it. I mean, she is absolutely amazing. I had the great honor and opportunity to actually meet her and learn from her at the first Fluid Art Boutique that was in Virginia. So that was a huge honor and a thrill. I was like starstruck. Oh my God. And we got to hang out and get to know each other. And now we're friends. And she's my mentor and good friend. And
nice.
Well, and I did want to shout out too that there's a lot of cross pollination between these YouTube channels. You know, a lot of the same people watch the same stuff. I know we have Sam from Twisted, Art by Sparkle, you, Kitty 303. I mean, there's just you know a lot, and a lot of this got cross, like I said, pollinated. From things, and then we have the pepperheads. You know, we got the Phil,
right,
and
right,
Groovy, and
Saucy
all of that.
Shane.
You know, doing
spicy,
the spicy challenges and all that. And then we've got the whiskey heads, you know, and the bourbon heads, and so but yeah, I think it's cool either way, because you know people tend to. You know, the way I look at life is I'm more of a variety show. I mean, yeah, I really get into bourbon, and yes, I have to get into work, you know, to pay the bills. But you know, I'm into all this other stuff too, and I'm into art. I mean, I've done some stage, and I was going to ask you about the acting. Was it mostly stage acting?
Yes. Yeah. I did a few things that were on. Well, I don't think it would be filmed, but like commercials on video.
Right.
But most of it was all live on stage.
Yeah, when you said dancing and all that, I was like, oh, that's probably a pound in the boards there a little bit.
Yep, I was pounding the boards.
Yeah.
It was so much fun though.
And I'm friends with people who have acted before, written books before, you know, New York Times bestseller list and things like that. I keep that list kind of private to myself, but I have acted before. I've tried to write novels before, which, you know, when I say try, you know, that's all it was. It was a stab at it.
But you know what? That's how you start. I mean,
well,
you have to try.
So
many people don't even try, so that's awesome.
Oh, right. It was a bucket list thing. I was like, you know, because you know they say if you never ask, the answer is always no. You know, if you do not buy a lottery ticket, your chances are 100% zero. Right. And so I had a couple of novels in me. I felt, and I got them out, and I'm pretty good with complex processes and things like that. So I was able to calculate plot lines and not trip over myself with it. So it's just I don't think I'm colorful enough in my writing. I mean, I think it's fairly well written. It's just there's not that spark. Like there's comedians out there, and there's people who can come across really dry, but they're still really funny because they have something about them that just captures the audience.
Yeah.
And then there's over the top ones that will turn some people off, like Carrot Top and, you know,
Kinnison.
Yeah, Sam Kinnison and stuff like that. But then there's people that just embrace that. And I just don't think I had that, whatever that je ne sais quoi is, that, you know, it's going to make it take off.
I think it's like passion.
Oh,
like I bet if you wrote a book about bourbon, and
probably, but well, now
you would have that spark.
The problem is, though, I've written a lot of presentations. I've done submitted a lot of abstracts, and I've spoken on a national stage several times. And RB's in here, and he knows. And I saw him put the El Cortez in. He was on stage with me. I mean, we've done that in front of tens of thousands of people. And so I'm good at writing what I know, but that is, oh my God, if you're not into that career field, that's the driest presentation you're ever going to sit through. Very passionate about it.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be hard for me to get up on stage in front of that many people.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just do it, and the first, well, like I said too,
the bigger the crowd, the better, man. For me, because I would look straight above their heads at the the light booth and just
Oh,
now
I got you.
if I had an intimate crowd of, let's say, like 15 good friends and family, I'd be browning out.
Oh,
That's an
I
actor's
got you.
term. Jody knows what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
I
But
got an idea.
well, and true, like the bigger stage, like I've been in breakout rooms before where there was 50 people in there, and I can see the snooze going on in their eyes.
Mm.
I can see them playing on their phones. I can see when you're on a big stage of 10,000 people, you cannot see it beyond the first few rows.
Right.
It is a glaring blackness out there because they're lighting that stage up for so that it looks vivid. And
Right.
and they have you up on a big screen. And that was one thing I kind of hated to do was turn around and I would point to, I had a, like in the middle was a PowerPoint going, but on each side of that was me. And when I would turn, either way I turned, I would see me before I saw the, and I was
Oh,
huge.
look,
I looked like
I'm
Godzilla.
huge.
That would kind of weird me out. I'd be like, whoa, wait.
And you have
I'd
to
get all
just,
tripped up.
I had to squint when I went by, or I would
Yeah.
critique myself and start sucking my gut in or something, you know?
Yeah. At least you had that opportunity to see that up there.
I didn't want to. Because you can't get off thought. You can't, that will destroy you, you know? And people don't understand, like people who do like TEDx or the like TED Talks and things, and they come across and it's so smooth. And even if they're not like the best speaker in the world, they never stumble, they never trip, they deliver, and they stay on a pace the entire time, whether it's fast or slow. And people don't realize that's what makes it, you know, wrap the audience in, and keep them wrapped. You know, so you know, and then of course what they're talking about, especially if now you know the rest of the story. That's what made Paul Harvey so famous.
Yeah.
He would tell all this stuff and then go, and he wouldn't get to the punchline till the end.
Yep.
And now you know the rest of the story. Yeah, and that's what made that show really popular.
Oh,
I like that. It was a good show.
Yeah.
Remember hearing that.
So one thing,
showing my age now too.
And Angie, any questions I may ask you, if you don't want to answer them, you can politely decline.
Oh, okay.
plead the
I'm an
fourth.
open book.
fifth,
You know
fifth.
that.
You can plead the fifth. We don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if it's something that might get me in trouble, I'll be like,
No.
better not. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
I
an
mean,
open book. You ask me anything.
yeah, and you know, I mean, this is all a hobby. You know, my primary job, I work for an insurance company. You know, and I do computer security and compliance and all of that, risk reduction. You know, and all that. But my hobby is rather expensive. You can tell. So how much would it cost someone, to like, what's the entry level to get into port art? Because even canvases can be expensive.
Yeah, they can be.
So what would it take? Like $300 or $400 to get into it, to get started?
Not necessarily. No, there are ways that you can do it with the same type of products, but they're lower end on the price. Like for instance, I get all my canvases, most of them from Michaels, and they have 3 different levels. The level 1 is your like student grade, and those are the most cost effective. And so you could really, you know, just to start out, you could get a pack of canvases from Michaels. They're great value canvases, which are really nice back staple canvases. You could get, if you're just starting out, a lot of people say to start with already mixed pouring paint. And of course, Michaels has that too, and in different colors. So then that way you don't have to do the measuring or, you know, using Floetrol or, you know, whatever pouring medium you use. because that gets kind of technical. And, if you get too technical, I found in the beginning, you're going to lose interest or you're going to give up. So,
Right.
yeah, but that's the easiest way. And you could do that. And they have packs of the pouring paints. And you can get a pack of canvases for under $100.
Okay. Well, hold that thought, and I got a follow-up question, but my alarm went off, which means I need to spin this wheel. So
yes.
Let's get these things done here. Present screen. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. We have more people in this one, and we see who's going to win the 10 entries. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, Fulton.
Congrats, Fulton.
I was trying to get Angie up here quickly.
Hey there, Kathy.
And I'm going to let these little confettis settle down, and then let me set up the next one. I don't want to jip anybody out of their confetti. So let me get this next one set up. I forgot to mention something very important about tonight, and it's for everything I'm doing tonight, and it does have a positive impact on everyone. But first, let me say there will be no show next week because I will be in Vegas with my family, and I'm going to focus on that. I may at times shoot some little videos on my phone or something like that just to post, and I may post some things to members only or something like that, but there will be no regular Thursday show next week. Therefore, every entry spin tonight is worth double.
Oh, nice.
So Mike Carrier and Fulton both have 20.
Sweet.
Nice.
Everybody gets to put me in. You get 10 tonight. Ooh. For every no, there's no obligation to do this, but for every dollar for any super chat super sticker, you get 10 entries per.
Nice.
So instead of 5. Everything is doubled tonight, but there's no show next week.
All right, Tim, makes sense.
I just wanted to get that out there to let you know because I had it in my head and I forgot to announce it.
Okay.
So there's a sweet, sweet deal to get some sweet, sweet entries on that wheel tonight. And there is Jimmy. Write this down.
OG Song wants his.
Yes, sir. We got it. We got it down. All right. So my follow-up question to that was, that's what it takes for someone to dip their toe in the water. So
right. Yeah.
A ballpark figure. What do you have invested into this?
Well, don't make her say that online because her husband will hear this and then it's all out the window.
Well,
I got my own art account. That's all right. Well, I will say this. If I was doing this all on my own without any help, it would be thousands.
Right.
But I have an Amazon wish list and a PayPal, and I call them art angels because a lot of them like to stay anonymous, which is fine. But they are angels, and they've gotten me paint and whatever's on my Amazon wish list and canvases, and so I could not do this without them and just the generous, beautiful people that, buy me a tube of paint or whatever.
Yeah.
And there are 19 people out there who are so beautiful that they donated and got me a new laptop when I lost my last one.
Awesome.
Oh, awesome.
Well, it's great to have that community and support. And all of that.
That's the best thing about it.
I think I'm going to call mine Bourbon Buddies. So Jimmy, he's one of my Bourbon Buddies. He gave $5. So that, because I mean, I've stopped counting after 10 grand when I get so, but
yeah, it's gotten no cheaper either.
No.
Jimmy said he's got a shelf full of paints and some Floetrol.
Jimmy does some beautiful work. Oh my gosh, yes. Jimmy, we gotta collab sometime. That would be awesome. I would love that. But he does some beautiful, beautiful work.
I'm supposed to be getting an art tablet, like Travis got and Jimmy has and all that, and so I can draw with them. But things keep coming up, like this trip. I was going to buy it, and then I thought, man, I could buy bourbons when I go to thingy, you know. So
well, uncut unfiltered, you got to pick that up while you're out there, you know.
Yeah.
I could get
what?
Uncut unfiltered.
Oh, I can get that here. Yeah.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
I got to make sure everything settles down, and I'm also trying to get another camera, another DSL camera, for around Christmas time, so that I can set up 2 camera angles for my regular video review shoots.
Okay.
And just get a little more camera angle change and depth into what I'm doing.
There you go. Sounds good.
And that's but we don't spend that much on each other. My wife and I don't for Christmas, so I have to supplement the gift.
Yeah.
So I'm asking
That's easy.
for cash. Yes.
I bought my own birthday present this time. Got this nice shirt. Okay.
Oh,
love it. Love it.
I was on Amazon getting something, and I'm like, "Oh, I need that shirt for my birthday." Done. Amazon, the men's shopping network.
I will tell you this.
There you go. There you go.
We were packing to go on this trip, and we're going to be gone 7 days.
Yeah.
So I need 7 changes of clothing, and
yeah, I suppose.
So I had plenty of socks, plenty of other things, but I didn't have enough T-shirts. So I had to pack a lot of my bourbon shirts.
There you go.
Because I have 5 of those, 6 of them, I think. And
easy.
So I just packed a bunch of those to supplement my T-shirt. I spend more money on this than I do my real life.
Well, the shirt you're wearing now would be perfect down there.
Yeah, except for it's going to be 100 degrees still.
Oh, well, true. Yeah, there is that.
And these
but
are
it's
black.
a dry heat.
That's right. I'm going for the Andalusia Revenant Oak peated now.
Okay,
I'm going to pour a little of this.
All right, I finished off this bottle here. The Still Austin Cask.
Still Austin. Yeah. Well, you've had these, so we don't have to.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to have them together. This one is rather light as well. It's a little bit darker.
That one is. Hang on a second. I'm gonna grab that bottle real quick. I'll show you.
I know people probably can't tell, but there is a tint more color to this one than the triple distilled.
Right back.
Now these are, you can't call them Scotch because they're not made in Scotland, made in Texas, but they're single malts. So this is more a la Scotch, in the style of Scotch. I see Mayberry 316 in there. I see Kitty 303. I called her earlier. Texas Gamer Chick is here. I was just trying to catch up, and I won't be able to catch up with everybody in the chat. Sorry. And also, I'm looking, trying to find the. There's some people that watch on Facebook, but they don't comment, so I don't know.
There's what that one looks like.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say too, there's like what you were saying before, Jody, about how we've all kind of converged together.
I call it cross-pollinated. Yeah.
Cross-pollen, yes. I like that better. Yeah. And it's so wonderful because like on my lives where I do art, you know, you guys come in and, you know, the beer brewers come in and the spicy food guys come in, and it's just, it's so cool. And it's people don't like stay to their own corners. Everybody talks and gets to know each other. And that to me is beautiful. That to me is art. Is just the relationships that we all build. And
oh, this is Sparkle.
Yes, and I was going to add to that. There are a lot of beautiful artists that are in this chat right now. That is Art by Sparkle right there. But she's using her husband's computer, so it's the Finzer's one. But that's art by Sparkle. She has a channel and does beautiful work. Just Janice is here.
All
Just
right.
got a brand new channel, does beautiful work. I don't think you can see them, but I can't point when I'm on a camera. These two pumpkins.
It's all backwards.
They're absolutely beautiful. They're alcohol inks on galvanized metal, and she is like the queen of mixed media and steampunk. If you like steampunk, she's your girl. So she just had her first premiere the other day, and she has one regular video, so check her out. Jimmy's random content does beautiful artwork. Kitty 303 in here is in here, and she does absolutely beautiful work. God, I hope I don't miss anybody. There's so many.
Hang on just one second. My alarm went off and I need to spin this wheel. So
okay. All right. Well, if I missed anybody, it's your fault because of the wheel.
Well, and when we get back though, I want to see some actual art when we come back.
But I've got some laying here.
All righty.
Okay.
So let me go to this and we will spin this one. Good luck, everybody. There were 14 on the wheel. Round and round she goes. And we are going to stop on RB. The joke. Well, the joke was already broken. He. I'm telling you, never win anything.
Congratulations, RB.
Let his, because he doesn't get a lot of confetti. I got to let that one settle all the way down there, and then I'll get this next one set up, and then we'll see some art.
Now.
Hang on, about 1 second. Let me.
Okay.
Let me start collecting, and then I'll come back and post this hashtag right here. And now we can see some art. So what are we going to see here?
Okay. Well, let me just give me 1 second.
Sure.
Because I want to put in my red. Oh, I got all caps on. Red.
And I meant to say, Kathy Bates, thank you very much. And I will get your entries down. And for anyone who just joined us, all entries are double tonight. That means every 10 spin is worth 20. The last one's going to be worth 40. The 8 o'clock, everybody gets a put me in is going to be worth 10. And all of the dollars for any supers or anything like that are worth 10 times $1. It's a dime a piece. So they're usually $5 for $1.
There you go. Can't beat that.
But there's no obligation to super me. You can get entries other ways. So,
what do you think about the Revenant Oak?
Oh, I think this is better.
It's got a real light peak.
Very light, yeah.
But it's not so much on the nose. You catch a little bit of it, and then on the palate, you catch a little bit of it on like mid palate or so.
Yeah, right. But it's not overwhelming. It's not off-putting at all. I think it smoothed it out a little bit, actually.
Yep. And this is less years. This is only 2.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
And it is a tinge darker. I mean, barely a tinge darker.
It says steeped in authentic bourbon barrels that we bring back to life, which I'm guessing that they may, like open the top, clean them up a little bit, and then rechar them some, possibly.
Probably. I don't know about that. I don't know. I'd have to see what bring it back to life probably just means put juice in it.
It's 100% malted barley.
Yeah. So single malt, 100% malted barley.
Yep.
Me too, JV. It's sober Thursday for me too. Well, it's sober lifetime for me.
All right. So we're gonna see some art.
Yeah. I'll show this one first. This one isn't one that I have done real recently, but it's called a bloom. And it has the lacing and the different colors. And cool. This has pigments in it.
Yeah, I see. I love the purple too. Was it turning when you poured it?
No. This one actually was a bloom swipe, so it was stationary. And I take like a palette knife and I swipe over the colors with the black that is the lacing and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So
See,
that's just a different technique. And you use different types of paints and pigments and stuff. So,
and
but it's
you know,
really cool.
I've heard people say stuff like, "Oh, it's so easy," but you know what? Okay, the concept of it is easy. It's easy to get your head around what you know what it is.
yeah.
The problem you run into though is like where to lay a base color and cover it to this much and only let it peek through, and then adding all these layers to it. I mean, that's where it comes in. And thank you, Art by Sparkle. I'm going to put Art by Sparkle down because I know who that is. So,
Oh, yay.
Oh, that's awesome. Ahoy, Groovy.
Sweetheart.
ahoy, ahoy.
Ahoy, ahoy. Oh, there's Robert. Hey, Robert and Joe. I never
Yeah,
know if it's Robert and
Robert come
Joe
in.
or if it's just Robert. So I'm like, I always say both.
But Groovy's here, Robert's here. We are off and running. So, do you have another one, or do you want to wait a minute to show us another one?
Oh, I've got all kinds of stuff I can show you.
Show me more.
I have one that's infamous. I don't know if I should show it. It's part
Oh
of
yeah, that one. I've seen that one. Show me that one.
That's
was
in my
nice.
Georgia O'Keeffe-ish series.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
called
yeah,
the
yeah.
La Femme series. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what
get
you're
what I
talking
mean.
about.
Yeah.
I've
So,
seen it.
I mean, if that's okay, you
No,
don't
it's
have a
fine. I
parental
mean,
advisory up. So
it's not an
it's a
actual
little shaky.
vagina, people. Okay, so
Yeah.
It's art.
art.
It is art. Yes.
It just turns out it's all in your head and how you look at it.
That's right. I mean, it could be it could be just a very beautiful flower.
it could be
Exactly.
just like I mean, when I went to Taos, New Mexico, I stayed in a room full of vaginas or flowers from painted by Georgia O'Keeffe.
You're bad. All right. This is the La Femme.
You know, and honestly, that could be a cave. It could be a cave.
It could, yes, absolutely. With like, and I was going to say waterfall, but that doesn't sound right. Anyway, it could be a flower.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's got 24 karat gold on it. So,
it's basically abstract art.
yeah.
Right? So,
yeah, it's beautiful. And I swear, I poured the cup, layered the cup, poured it out on the canvas like I do every the UK fellas say, "Get your rat out, Angie." That's what they but yeah, I just poured it like I normally do, and that's the fun thing about fluid art is you don't know.
Yeah.
It's very hard if you go into it with a thought of what you want it to look like.
Right.
That can be frustrating. And I had
that would be frustrating for me. I'm more of a perfectionist as far as making things or doing something like that, and not knowing exactly what's going to happen with, if you add this to make it bubble like you want it to or whatever, and it doesn't do that, or it doesn't do the lacing effect like you wanted it to, or in your head didn't picture that. I'm like, oh man, now I don't like it now,
Oh, I'm completely a Bob Ross happy accident type of guy.
That dude was the bomb though, wasn't he? Freaking old bomb. He was awesome.
Do you know, just a little tidbit of trivial information, he was a drill instructor, a drill sergeant in the Army, and he was stationed in Alaska, and that's where he got all the mountains and trees in his imagination to put on the thing, because that's what he looked at for years and years. And he said he was so soft-spoken. He's like, "Oh, but I wasn't when I was a drill sergeant."
No, and that's all a big
imagine him screaming at somebody,
Yeah, that's a big act. But
I watched a lot of him too. And I also watched a YouTube show called Color in Your Life. And that is an Australian guy. His name's Graham Stevenson, and he's a brilliant acrylic artist. Now, he's not a fluid artist. He's the brushwork.
Oh, brushes and all.
Yeah. Oh, he's amazing. And but he showcases all different types of artists, and it's like a 30-minute show, and you get to know the artists, and it's just really a good show. So that one's a good one if you want to learn about it. But yeah.
Well, so I've hung on to a tidbit of information for a very long time. That looks like a shell.
Looks like a peacock.
or something. Yeah.
Like a peacock fan.
Yeah. It
Yep.
kind of it feels like a shell, the inside of a shell, or it also feels
Yeah.
like this feels like feathers, like right
Yeah,
there.
that's what it reminded me of, like peacock feathers. That's what it
Yeah.
reminds me
And
of.
I got these colors were inspired by Connie, who is in the chat. And actually, Connie has inspired my colors that I'm going to be using tonight too.
1 second. I have to spin again.
Got
So
spin
let
it
me,
up.
let me
Oh,
share
yeah,
this.
yeah. You spin it.
I'm going to spin it.
Spin it, baby. Just have it land on me.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Groovy's
Good
in.
luck, everybody. Let me write Groovy down here. Thank you, Groove.
All right, stay safe on your trip there, brother, to Arkansas.
Aw.
All right.
Beautiful
Oh, Big
state.
Daddy
Safe
H. There
travels,
we go.
Groovy.
I was writing the other thing down. Big Daddy H.
Big Daddy
Big
H
Daddy
coming
H.
in there.
Congrats.
Oh, I'm
All
looking forward
right,
to hearing
and
some more tunes from that man.
I will set the next one up here.
There's a quick question for you, Jody. When are we going to have some tunes from Big Daddy H and you?
Well, if I post them, they're either going to have to be posted without monetization or on the Bourbon Bounty After Dark channel.
Okay, After Dark channel. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That was so fun.
I'm keeping
listening
that.
to
I'm
y'all
keeping
play.
that open. But wait, no, it's not Red Rock. That was the last
No,
one. Hang on,
that was the last
I
one.
didn't copy it. Hang on. I was talking, but so I typed it. But there's the real one right there. I forgot to hit copy when I was on the other.
Bellagio.
Yep, it's the Bellagio.
Oh my God, that scared the heck out of me.
All right, now we're back.
Okay. Wait, I got to type Bellagio. Hang on. I got to make sure I spell it right.
There you go.
Bellagio.
Big Daddy H's greatest hit CD. Yep, I'm buying that.
Yep.
Well, the next time you have an after party where you're going to be strumming and singing, you call me over because I want to sing with you.
It is definitely going to be after the budget is turned in. It's just too much, because I have to set up all of this stuff. I have to bring out my mixer and do the different mics and all of that, and it's just I don't have time right now.
Yeah, I know. And when we were going to get together and do that recording, so
well,
do that.
The problem with that was I was going to get a pay site thing where it's supposed to sync you, and the reviews behind it are not good.
There we go.
Oh, I see.
They said it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh. Bella Lugosi. Ooh, nice.
Again, inspired by Connie, these colors. It's very Halloween-y.
That's Fabergé egg right there.
Yeah. I love these oval ones because they do have that kind of egg kind of look. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Kind of marble look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would look good on a stand on a shelf, just sitting there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you.
That is very nice.
That's really cool.
So how long did it
close
take
up of Jupiter? Yeah, there you go, Jimmy.
Well, first, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing art itself for 6 years. I started out doing watercolors and then acrylic brush painting, and then I was doing a lot of landscapes, and then when I started getting better at it, I was doing pet portraits for people. And that was fun. That brought a lot of joy to people because a lot of times their pet was gone, and yeah, so that was really heartwarming. And then that's when I found the fluid art, when I found Mina Villegas. And then after I found her, there was Sarah Mack, there was, oh my gosh, so many, Kathleen Osmore, Art by Sparkle, Justinice, just everybody. And I do want to mention one artist who is near and dear to my heart, as they all are. That's Deidre Miller, Dee's art, and she's been on your show or in your chat. And she's in ICU right now, and she's had some rough goes and some surgeries. And if everybody could just, whatever you do, light a candle, say a prayer, send
Yeah.
good vibes, good energies. If everybody could just send that to Deidre Miller, she really needs it right now, and I'd appreciate that.
Positive pulses of the universe.
There you go.
Heading out. All right.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
Cheers to Deidre.
Cheers.
cheers. And with all art, they say those who never make a mistake never get anything accomplished, right? Because in order to get good at something, you're going to suck at it first, or you're going to make mistakes along the way. And there's raw talent where someone has a natural affinity towards something or ability or something about them that makes them a little better at it from the start. But no matter what, it takes hard work to get better and better.
And
So
practice.
how long did it take you to say, you know what, these look good? Because all of that you're showing us look great.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, that's funny. I was just talking about this to somebody the other day. It took me probably, well, it would have been, I never felt comfortable calling myself an artist. If they would say, well, what do you do? I paint acrylic pet portraits, or I do, I could never say I'm an artist. Not until into probably 2 years into fluid art was I ever comfortable saying I'm a fluid artist. So it took years. I'd say probably 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. I mean, when you start trying to play the guitar, it sounds like,
I'm trying to teach myself ukulele, and it's not going well.
So you've heard me play guitar, Jody, huh?
Yeah. Well, anyone who does a thing, whether it's poetry, whether it's writing, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's anything, art is intended to evoke an emotion, right? Good or bad, doesn't matter. You can go for the pouty, self-deprecating comic that's funny, or whatever, or you can do a drama. A drama is still art.
Oh yeah, anything that makes you feel
something that makes you feel something, and the intention of the artist is to make you go to this place where they were, right? And so that anyone who can do that is a successful artist.
Oh, absolutely.
I can see that.
Like they were saying in the chat, JV Stuntman Steve said to JV that his music is his art, and that's true. That's absolutely true.
Oh, absolutely. See, and some people,
music makes you feel like so much more than any kind of genre. I would think it just evokes that emotion in you.
Well, yeah, but I've also watched American Idol enough to know that some people think they're taking you to the right place, and they're not, right? So, people like JV, he has honed his art down, and can slam, and take you where he wants you to go. Some people, take a stab at it, and they think they're taking you where they want you to go, but it's actually sometimes it's a little cringe, sometimes it's not quite there, and you can kind of hear it, and you're like, that was good, keep going.
Yeah, I think people that write, I think even to the point of, I think farmers are artists in a way, because they start with just a seed and putting love and care into it, and it grows this beautiful, nourishing plant. I mean, that to me is art. I mean,
well, if farming is an art, then Monsanto is the paint, because well, here's what I know about farmers. They measure every acre, hectare, all that, and they try to maximize what they can plant and yield from the space they have. It's very calculated, business oriented, and they go for the newest and greatest fertilizers, because they want to yield the most they can out of that space that they have available to them, because they're going to get and they want bigger, better product.
Well, it's true more so nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, not as much. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
the farmers that I knew in Kentucky that, I've worked in tobacco fields and things like that before and stuff. So, they try to get as much as they can, but you know, it's you only going to get so much. It
Yep.
don't make a
Right.
difference what you try. It's
Yep.
only you're only going to get so much that's going to completely go to crop and be able to harvest and
Oh,
this,
you
that, and
have
the
to.
other.
Yeah, you have to calculate
But
your loss there.
nowadays, it's gotten a little bit more corporate.
Hmm.
To where you have huge corporations that are farming or having farmers farm the land for them, and they
Oh,
want as
Right.
much as they can get.
Yeah.
right.
So that's what it's forcing the farmers to use stuff like that, like
Yep.
different chemicals to kill the weeds and make the crops grow faster and grow bigger and stronger and yada yada yada.
All right. Hold that.
But
Hold those thoughts. I got to spin this thing. My alarm went off here. I can't get behind, so we have to go to the giveaway tool here. And good luck, everybody. Again, if you're just joining in, these the all entries are doubled for tonight because there is no show next week. Congratulations,
oh, way to
Jimmy.
go, Jimmy!
Yay.
He's getting extra ones tonight.
Well, I'm just putting when I put Jimmy down now. I used to put Oji-san, and now I put
Yeah.
Jimmy. Jimmy is random.
That'll work. Well, I mean, even as OG, I would call him Jimmy anyways.
Yeah.
It's same as a few of the other people. Now that I've actually talked to some of the people and stuff like that, I tend to call them like Angie. I tend to call her by her name. And like me, I'm Mr. Great Shot, but if people call me Mark, I'll right off recognize it. So
Yep.
I know. I wished I had known a little more about YouTube before I put my real name out. Like Angie Mason
ow,
Woodard. Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm not. I don't
yeah,
hide my name. I don't hide it. I just,
Yeah.
it's just not what I put out there. I have a whole other Facebook account that's mine, and then I have
yeah,
the Bourbon Bounty one.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
most people know my name's Jody. People call me Jody coming in. So
yeah.
Jody done got your gal and gone. I heard that all through the military.
Yeah. Well, like Angie, I mean, with your name there, Mason, I've got cousins, and that's what their last name is Mason.
Oh, really?
Yep, in Kentucky.
Hmm.
No, I'm from Kentucky, by the way. So
Oh, okay.
Western Kentucky. I just
We
lived out
could,
here in
we could
Austin
be
now.
distantly related. You never know.
It's very possible. Uh-oh, what's on
Well,
tonight? What's
That's
that?
yeah.
the bottled and bond, the straight single
Oh,
malt
okay.
Andalusia. This is a darker one.
Yep, that's
Now,
4 years
what's the
old.
age on this one?
That one's 4. Bottled and
Oh,
bond,
it's like an
baby.
old medicine
Oh,
bottle.
yeah. It's got to be 4 years to be bottled and bond.
There you go.
Duh.
Come on now, Bourbon Man. You ought to know that.
Well, it's a single malt. I don't know.
It don't make no difference.
It's
Still
bottled
bottled
and
and
bond.
bond, 100 proof, 4 years old.
Yes, 100
That's
proof.
one of my favorite things as far as my delving off into whiskeys.
Mhm.
I found that a lot of your bottled and bond stuff is really good, and a lot of it is really cheap. Like Evan
Wow.
Williams bottled and bond, and a few other ones. They're cheap, but they're really good flavor and money for your money. For your
Yeah.
what you
Now this
get.
has a darker nose on it.
Yep, it
Yeah.
does. I'm still on that the Revenant Oak
Still
here.
Austin.
No, I finished that. This is the
Oh,
Revenant Oak.
the Revenant Oak. That's right. You've already had these. You can judge the experience when I talk.
Oh,
Jimmy's
I think you might
right.
like that one a little better. That one's a little closer to a bourbon for you.
I'm sorry.
That is pretty good. I mean, it still doesn't have the typical bourbon undertones to it because it is
No.
single malt. But I tell you what, I'm really loving the micro or the craft distilleries coming out with a higher malt single or the malted barley content.
Yep.
I'm
And
really digging on that, man. As long as the
that's
corn count's there, and I like the wheat and the malt together.
yeah. Yeah, single malt's going to be the next big fad, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
At least here in the U.S.
probably so.
But I've been wrong before. Actually, haven't really been that wrong much. I've been mistaken a few times.
Yeah, there. Lori's letting you know something there.
All right, then. I think she's chatting.
Hmm? Hmm?
See,
Yeah,
that's what I thought. That's what I
Lori
thought.
said you have to say it for her.
She would be
I don't know if you saw my message, but if you
fibrillation. Yeah.
don't type in the chat because I can't see. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, no.
I did, Sheba. Let me just go back and make sure that I understood. I can't see what you're showing. So can you explain to me what fluid art is? Oh, okay, yeah, of course. Fluid art is where I take acrylic paint, and it can be tube paint, it can be thin like water paint, but it has to be acrylic, and I mix that with Floetrol, different pouring mediums I use for different techniques, and it makes the paint fluid. Um, and then what I do is depending on the technique, I layer a cup with the different colors that I want to use. And then if it's a flip cup, I flip it over onto the canvas, and then the suction of the cup, you pull that off, and the paints just converge, and just it makes some really beautiful effects. There's a ring pour where it looks like the inside of a tree when you cut a tree open, and it's got the rings. That's a different technique. But really, the fluid art is about putting the paint in fluid form down on the canvas for me personally, and tilting the canvas around or spinning it to get the colors and the paints to kind of dance together, and just make some beautiful stuff. So it's very marbly looking, some of it.
I do appreciate the way the art, the poured art is thick on the canvas. It comes out smooth and shiny, but you have all this texture in the appearance of it and
Yeah.
all of that. My wife does some pouring on
Nice.
cups. Well, she has she goes to these festivals and sets up a booth and sells. She started off as fat puppy treats, and she would make dog leashes, collars that match uh, out of paracord, and then put like a tennis
cool.
ball on the end of a braided
Oh,
paracord that you could throw at the park or whatever, or play tug of
Oh,
war.
that's awesome.
nice.
And then she got into making water cups and wine glasses and things like that with mostly poured art. And she has the turn deals, and she'll pour it over.
Yes.
And she has a bunch of them set up because she does this in quantity, because she sets up at the booth and wants to have more than one of stuff, but they're all unique. And then she gets into some of the vinyl relief, where you put the vinyl down and you pour, and then you pull that part off, and it's got the relief from underneath and all of that, like a paw print or something. And she does the vinyl. We have a cricket cutter. She sets up. It does like it's not drinking alone if the dog is home type stuff on like a wine glass.
I love that.
Well, people like the snarky stuff, so she got into. Now she has a section of her booth called. She still does the other stuff, but it's called Brushed with Profanity.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'd like that.
I love that.
And she does a lot of things, and like she'll put some things out where everybody can see it, and then there's like adults only behind here.
Love it. Love it.
Let me behind the curtain.
Yeah. It made me think of like back in the day when you had VHS rentals, and they had that black curtain in the back.
Oh, I remember that way back in the day.
and always you walk in and the lights were a different color, like blue or something.
Yeah.
And it was darker in that room. It should have been red, and it would have been like,
there you go. Bow chicka wow wow.
Wow. Everybody knows that universal porn song.
The 70s stash going on there,
Yep.
Yeah, have somebody right behind the curtain to welcome you in with like their shirt unbuttoned down to here and like
Gold chain.
gold chain.
Yeah, gold chain, 70s stash, no beard.
All right, now the alarm went off, so let me do this one here
All right,
because
then.
Angie's
Spin
gonna have
her
to
up.
leave here in just a few minutes. So let me do this, and we'll get this one set up. And
Jimmy doesn't know what you're
spun.
talking about right there, behind the curtain.
Pay no
Here
There we
we
attention
go.
to
go.
Good
that
luck,
man behind the
everybody,
curtain.
on the Mirage.
He was probably the guy going, "Hey, oh, come on back here, check this out."
And Fulton again. There we go.
Fulton,
Now Fulton
that's
wins again. He
twice.
will get the entries, but I will also spin again. So if anyone wins a third time, they get the entries, but I do spin again because I like to have everyone have a chance to get entries. So let me set this next one up. But congratulations, Fulton.
Yeah, Fulton. And everybody, make sure you go to that link that Jody put in the chat and vote for him so he can get. He's got some good luck today. So
There we go.
Yep.
Maybe we can get him
Well,
up on that chart a
I,
little bit.
that's
I
right.
think the last one Fulton had what most of the entries last time, didn't he? He had the most.
No, I don't know.
Or was that the
I
time
keep going
before?
and voting on this one, and he's right at 1%. He's still at 1%, and everyone else is moving. And I know he's got a lot of people voting for him, but there must be a ton of people voting on this. I mean, it gives a number like 12,000, 32,000, whatever. So he needs some help to get him up off that 1%.
Yeah. All right, let's get him up over there.
The D Las Vegas.
Well, I put that's what they called it, the D Las Vegas. I mean, it's they're all in Las Vegas, but that's their name.
All right.
Never heard of it. I know the picture was nice. They had a bunch of ladies dressed in red tight suits laying across the craps table, so that was cool.
Oh,
Like this, and then they had the D Las Vegas.
Jody, question for you: Are
Yes.
you going to be playing any kind of thing when you go out to Vegas? I mean, like maybe throw a nickel in the slot or
Nah, I don't
a
do
dollar
slots at
at the
all.
roulette table or something.
If I have time for anything, I will throw. I usually go and I get a $20 bill and I get $5 chips, and I go to the roulette wheel and I set on the columns.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
It pays 2 to 1, so you can
There you
lose
go.
twice and win once and get your 20. You get your 10 back, and I get hot on that sometimes, and I'll build up to a few $100, and then I'll just quit. And
There you go.
I may
That's
do
dinner.
something like that.
Yeah, if you could throw 20 down and make a couple $100 for dinner, I'm all for that.
Yeah. I mean, and I only sit down. I don't sit down at empty roulettes. I sit down at tables that have several players around them, and they're laying a lot of white chips out on the ones,
Yeah.
and they'll spin and get the ball going, and then she or he picks up the last time it was a lady doing it, picked up the no more bets, and right before she would put that in the table, I would slide a chip onto one of the columns. It's like it was just like, oh, feel it. It's column 2,
Gotcha. All right, then.
But,
I don't know. I'm not a gambler, so I don't know much about any of that.
This trip's about one of my kids' birthdays. So we're going for that, and it's to eat at all these nice restaurants. So that's the purpose.
I've heard there is some excellent food out there for fairly cheap
in a very condensed area.
Yeah,
it's
some
not
of
cheap.
it is.
It's not cheap. Some of
well,
it.
yeah, some of it's not. I mean, some of it is if you're a part of the hotel or whatever. But then again, other spots are crazy money for like, it's a filet mignon, yada yada. Yeah, and they want like $300 or something for it or whatever.
Well, the problem is they give you, like, if you get a comp card or not a comp, but a player's card at a casino, you can use that card and you'll get like 10 or 20% off your meal. But all they've done was jack the prices up 30%.
Dang, Sparkle. Man. Sparkle won $15,000 on a quarter slot.
Wow.
Yeah. How much would it have been if you had bet 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can't look at it that way. I mean, she threw a quarter in and got 15 grand.
15 grand. There you go.
Yeah, that's awesome. I would love to do that.
All
You
right. I
know.
know, Angie, I'm trying to be mindful of your time. It's 7:54 right now. I know you
Yep.
have
That's okay.
to.
That's okay. And I just wanted to say real quick, I had my notification was up on YouTube, and I remembered that YouTube has shut me down like halfway through the thing. So it's that notification is no longer up there. I'm going to go up on from Zoom so that it doesn't like shut me down again. So
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
I will be up at 8. It's just the notification is gone. So just look, it'll come up.
Well, why
All
did
right,
they
then.
do that?
A lot of people's been having a lot of trouble with
Yeah,
YouTube, just streaming through YouTube. Now a lot of people just use StreamYard, and I've got
right.
Zoom, but I once that runs out, I'm going to get StreamYard. But yeah, if you
Yeah.
just go through YouTube, it just freezes, and then if you try and
Uh,
reset, it
Hmm.
just takes it down. So yeah.
okay.
Weird.
Well, Angie, it's been awesome having you up here
Oh, it's
tonight, and we learned a lot. I had a few more questions for you, and but that's the thing is I have more questions hopefully than what I need. That way we don't run into dead spots. So
yeah,
Yeah.
I
exactly.
brainstorm a little bit about each guest that comes up, so that I have content just in case we hit a lull. But if we don't hit a lull, then we're good. So I do have other things I wanted to ask, but that's okay. Maybe you can come back sometime.
Uh,
Absolutely. I would love to.
I got one quick question.
Sure.
I see most of your canvases are kind of, smallish. Do you ever do like a decent sized canvas, like say, 3 foot by 3 foot or something
Oh
that
yeah, I got a
big?
48 by 60 inch in my in my kitchen right now. So yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I just did a 20 by 20 last night. So I'm going into the larger ones now. So
Okay.
yeah,
I was wondering. I'm gonna. I've made canvases for my wife because she paints some stuff occasionally, and I've
nice.
made some that were, like 4 foot wide by
Yeah,
3 foot
Mhm.
tall or something like that.
I like
Uh,
doing the larger ones. I really do. Sometimes I have such a small space here
hmm
working in out of my house, but I try to do, as larger as I can. That 48 by 60, I'm gonna have to get some sawhorses and do that outside.
See, if I
Yeah, that
painted
might make a big mess, wouldn't it?
if I
Yeah.
painted something, I would want one of the long canvases, that big rectangle that's not very tall, and I
Yeah.
would just paint bourbon bottles all across that thing, make it look like a top
Yay.
shelf.
Love you too,
There
Big
you
Daddy
go.
H. Yay. I know. So yeah, if I do that big one, I'll definitely put that on a video. So
All
That would
right,
be interesting. Yes, for sure.
yeah. Yeah.
all right.
Thank
Well,
you so
again,
much
thanks
for
for
having me
coming
up
up.
here. I love you
Yeah.
guys. I've
Yep,
known you
love
Love
you
guys
you.
for a
too.
while, and you guys are good people. And mwah, I love you. Thank you
All
for
right,
having me up.
all right. Bye
We'll see
bye.
you.
Bye, everybody.
All right, now, Mark, we
Yes, sir.
are just about to spin for the D here in Las
Mm.
Vegas. I know.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
the people are talking about can't wait to do big ones, and we're talking about the D. All right, let's just get away from that right now. So I'm going to go ahead
Ooh,
and
all right,
present
spin
this
it up.
screen.
Hurry up.
Yeah, we got to hurry. Right here, here it is. StreamYard giveaway tool, the D Las Vegas, and good luck everybody. And Angie is in this one actually, so this is her maybe last chance to win.
Oh, come on, fingers
Oh,
crossed.
Kathy
Oh,
Bates,
Kathy Bates. About time she won one.
congratulations. All right, now I am going to stop sharing because it is. I'm going to set this up, but right out, I'm not going to post it yet because everybody gets an entries.
Oh,
It's coming up right about now. So this one's really short, actually. But I'm going to start collecting comments. But before I paste this in, I am going to type start, put me in. And now everyone gets 10 entries tonight. All you have to do is type put me in the chat, 10 entries.
all right. Put me in, Coach.
Oh, I got you.
And Mike Carrier and
All right.
Jimmy and Kitty 303 and Big Daddy H, Kathy Bates and Sparkles, Funky Uncle John and Mayberry 316.
All right. Let me
Oh,
go back because I GME. All right. I was skipping Jimmy because I figured I'd remember that one.
Well, yeah. CNSA Crush. I haven't seen that name.
Well, now
they're in.
the Fensers, I'm putting that down. Art by Sparkle.
Yes. True. That's right. And Angie.
Angie.
And Fulton.
And I'll read these names back out. I'm sure I didn't capture everything. Oh, Mayberry. There it is.
You got Funky Uncle John, though, didn't you?
I do. I do have Funky Uncle John in down there.
All right.
CNSA. Crush. Oh, with a K. Let me change that to C. I looked up and saw Crush, and in my mind, I just spelled it with a C. Fulton's in there. All right, let's see here. Let me scroll back a little bit and make sure. I think I got.
I think you got them all.
Yeah, there's Mike. There's you. There's Jimmy, Kitty.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dad.
Yep.
Kathy. Art Sparkles. All right, we'll give it a little bit more here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
No problem,
6,
Fulton.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 12 and we have 18 on the eyeball. Some people may be watching on a something that they can't post from. I know when I watch on like YouTube on TV, I watch certain things on there and I can't comment. There is no way to do that. But I do have alternate prizes if someone wins in the UK. So
how can I
join in the fun. But I'm going to go ahead and read these off. And if I do not call your name, I do not have you down. Please put me in the chat if you want to be entered. Mr. Great Shot, Mike Carrier, Kitty 303, Big Daddy H, Funky Uncle John, Jimmy's Random Content, Art by Sparkle, Angie Mason Fluid Art, Fulton Mraz, Mayberry U316, CNSA Crush, and wait a minute. Fulton, I got you in there twice, buddy.
Right. He don't need twice now.
No, he don't need twice.
He's already winning.
He's already won 80 on the or 40. I mean,
let's see. How can I don't know if I want to put my I guess I could put my email address on here. It's not gonna make a much difference with it.
What's that?
For Sparkles, she wants to see some of my wife's art.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can put you can throw it out there.
Let me see here.
Somebody may spam you.
Well, I'm used to. I'm used to that kind of stuff.
I mean, my regular account gets spammed more, and I throw Bourbon Bounty 2019 out all the time, and I don't hardly ever, it's few little things come in on it. I'll tell you what, while you're doing that, I'll keep talking, but I'm going to go grab a beer because I have to get up at 4 in the morning.
Oh, dang. Really?
Yes.
Oh, y'all are driving to Vegas, right?
No, we're driving to the airport, but we're taking a red eye. So.
Oh, I got you. Well, yeah. That works.
Yeah, we're getting out early. The flight leaves. I mean, it's 40 minutes or so. Well, call it 50 to get parked and then into the airport.
Yeah.
So just under an hour, and then we have to get bags checked, get through security, which is pretty easy at this airport. I mean, if we were leaving out of DFW, I'd have to get up. I wouldn't even go to sleep. I would just,
yeah. Yeah. You might as well head to the airport, be there 3 hours early.
Yep. 3 hours.
Same thing here. Same thing here at Austin. It's weird. Because I've been to the airport, I figured, okay, I'm flying somewhere, so I need to get there at least 2 hours early. That should be plenty of time. And sometimes it is. Yeah. Sometimes I'll get through security in 15 minutes, no problem.
Oh,
and then sometimes it's an hour and a half to get through security before you can, run your butt down the concourse to get to your gate.
We went to LAX. Well, I was doing site visits for work, and we went all up and down the West Coast. So we did Seattle, Portland. It was actually Ontario, California, which is east of LA.
Yep.
but we flew out of LA to go to San Diego and then down to Tijuana, Mexico, because we have an office down there. And
in Tijuana,
the hardest flight what's that?
In Tijuana, you got an office in Tijuana?
Yep. There's a not far across the border. There's a Tijuana business park down there, and there's several U.S. companies there. I mean, I can hire at 40% cost. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're happy. We're happy. Everybody's happy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, yeah.
Flight. Turkey 101, Granddad, and
blind flight turkey. Yeah, let me bring this up here.
I have not tried fighting cock. The other two I've had, and both of them are excellent. I mean, as far as low end, budget bourbons,
right?
101 is a standard. Keep it in my bar all the time.
I got one.
Old Granddad, the BIB 100 in my bar all the time, every day. But fighting cock, I have never tried it. What do you think? What's your?
I've had it. It is a base bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so are those two.
But... Oh, they are. They're absolutely base. I mean, and when I say base bourbon, I'm not saying they're bad.
No.
If somebody had Jim Beam, like regular old 80 proof Jim Beam, and that's all we had, I'm gonna drink it. You know.
Yeah, but not gonna be high on the list. You know.
No, but you know, it's not a horrible. I'll tell you what. I did a Evan Williams, Jim Beam, and McAfee benchmark from Buffalo Trace, and McAfee benchmark, in my opinion, came out on top. But there's still only 3 notes in it.
Yeah.
But they tasted better than the other 2.
One is the cinnamon bomb. I'm guessing that's a fighting cock.
Maybe. Old Granddad has some
it's got a little bit of cinnamon to it, but it's not a cinnamon bomb.
Now,
and turkey is not.
No, if you want a cinnamon bomb, though, John J. Bowman, the Virginia straight bourbon whiskey.
Yeah.
That has a lot of cinnamon in it.
Okay.
And I have some from Northeast that have a lot of licorice to them.
Oh, nice. That's not my note there. I don't much care for that. It's an odd rye note for me. If I get that licorice in it, I'm like, that black licorice note. Like, ugh.
All right. Well, I'm not getting any more put me in, so I'm going to go ahead and stop. Put me in, because we have to get these last 3 done. And then I'm going to paste the next hashtag entry.
This is number 2?
This is number 3. We have
number 3. All right.
Yeah. So this is still for 20 tonight, because everything's double.
That one.
I've heard of the Aria a couple of times because I think they hosted some Cirque du Soleil stuff there.
Oh, okay. Well, since that was a short one, I'll go ahead and put in for that one.
All right. And then we have the 2, and the last one, the number 1 on their list is absolutely my favorite to walk through.
No problem there, Crush. Crush is only 2 months into this bourbon journey there, so
with a grain of cinnamon. Well, you know, I mean, we've been at it a while, but it's all. I mean, people are going to get different things out of bourbon, and I have a video I posted a while back called "My Bourbon Journey," and I talk about sweeter bourbons, drier bourbons, things, base bourbons, and moving up the chain. And you really don't want to go for some of the explosions at first, because you may turn yourself off to bourbon.
Yeah.
It's just overwhelming. You have to work your way up. And
and you don't want to start off with like 120 proof stuff.
No, absolutely not.
Even though say benchmark the full proof, it's 125 proof. It's a really good budget bourbon, because it's only like $23, $25, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, but that's somebody that wants to get drunk.
Yeah, it's 125 proof to start off with. It's just like, it's a slap in the face,
Well, I can tell you, I have 3 bottles of Benchmark down here at the bottom because they're $10 a piece, and I use them to cook with.
Oh, yeah, you go.
So when I'm doing recipes that say bourbon, because I'm cooking the alcohol off anyway.
And they're good in like barbecue sauce.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
they're good in that kind of stuff. You know, make some wings or whatever. You want some barbecue sauce to flip into your wings. Yeah, they're
Oh, now
really
I
good for
did
that kind of
that.
stuff.
I did when I did my bourbon glazed wings.
Mhm.
I did those with live sauce. I mean, there was
Right.
live bourbon in it. I
Oh,
didn't cook it off.
oh, there you
I
go.
added the bourbon later,
Yeah, that's the
and
way to do it.
I used Woodford Reserve double oaked
Oh, awesome.
in the wing sauce, and it was outstanding
Yeah, I bet that was.
because that's a
Because,
sweeter bourbon anyway.
yep, exactly, it is. It's got that nice, that nice oak to it and everything too. So,
Mhm.
but when when you add that into some ketchup and whatnot, it's
Yep.
going to tamp that down just a little bit, and you're still going to get the bourbon notes out of it, but you're not going to get that oak note nearly as much. I would
Woo,
think. I haven't
yeah.
tried it. Got a flight with
That is
Old
nasty.
Forester
Now I get it. Yeah.
1920.
See, that's what I was talking about. You don't want like
Yeah,
1920 is one of those intermediate bourbons that's tipping up to advanced.
yeah.
The
That's
rest of the Old
115 proof.
Forester line, intermediate. 1920 is pushing you up more toward the advanced level.
Yep.
And then you can get into the, yeah, because,
Yeah, the 1920, the 1910. Yeah, those are a little bit higher on the proof level, and
yep.
uh, they have a few extra notes that you're not gonna notice right off the bat because you'll go like this. Here you go. Oh, I mean, nice little pour in 1920. You go, oh, my nose hairs burn off.
See,
Because of the proof.
the CNSA Crush has me pulling for them for this win because this is the prime example of who needs the nosing kit right here.
There you go.
This is
Exactly. Yeah.
this is
He
it.
needs one. That's
Yeah.
it would definitely help him out because he would be like be able to pick out all the different nuances and stuff without having to delve off into buying 15 20 different bottles and finding out that hey, he didn't like this one or he didn't like that one or he likes this one. you know so yeah.
Oh yeah, Lori, I got you. I've got you here. I forgot. I always go and put you in
Hey,
anyway.
good
Like
running.
when I'm doing it later. Cool running, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, hope you're feeling better, buddy.
Yeah, cheers. I've been drinking single malts tonight, but Texas made single malts. But I'm
Yep.
going to beer because I have to get up at 4 a.m. I don't want to
There
get
you go.
overly indulged tonight.
Yep. I think Cooler Running's been out of it for just a little while. He may still be on to like some hot tea or something for a cheers, but still,
Yeah.
cheers
could
anyway,
be.
brother.
Yep. Cheers. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, get you some apple juice. We'll cheers it together. But let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and spin this one here in just a minute or so. I don't see any more hashtags coming in. If you haven't got it yet, it's hashtag ARIA. Hurry up and get that in there in the next minute or so because I am going to spin and all entries are doubled tonight. There will be no show next week. So double entries tonight for everything. And then we'll get to the no show next week. So there'll be no entries. All right. I'm glad Mayberry got that Aria in there. And then we'll get to these. And after this, we're coming down. And this last one tonight is going to be worth 40.
Folks
40
said,
entries.
thanks for putting the link in.
Oh yeah, he's posted that several times. And yes, Fulton, you're we appreciate you, man. And Fulton, if for people who don't know, if you haven't voted for him in that singing in the shower on that radio thing, go vote for him on that. The link's in the chat somewhere, or if somebody can post it again. I don't have it. I've copied too much other stuff, but he was my first member to the channel, numero uno, and I sent him a hat because he was the first person there.
Nice.
And nobody gets a hat. I mean, the hats are reserved for people who show up on live or in. It's supposed to be if I shoot live with you in person, you get a hat.
I'm still waiting to see you live and have you shoot here at my house so I can get a hat.
Yeah, and I've got yours. It's down there.
One of these
Jimmy
days.
got a hat because I shot live from his house.
Yep.
So let me go ahead and share this out, and so we don't run out of time here. And
Jimmy's got a hat.
And we will. Good luck, everybody, on Aria. And
All right,
the
come on.
last two you
Fingers
will
crossed.
recognize.
I need to win one. Come on. Come on.
Mike
Mike
Carrier,
Carrier
that's his second.
again.
All right.
That's twice for him tonight. He's
Now
on a
again,
roll.
if Mike or Fulton, then my alarm's going off. When again they get the entries, but I will spin again.
Congratulations, Mike.
The congratulations hashtag.
Yep,
This
it's
one.
rigged. I guarantee it.
This one's easy. This one's just as short as the last one.
Oh, nice. Oh, a honeybee. Just landed on my iPad.
If this were
Easy,
my last
buddy.
name, I wouldn't be doing this show.
Win.
that's a rich family right there.
All right, I'm gonna put that one in because that's a nice short one.
You know what? I don't care how much money I had. I would still do this show because I love it.
There you go.
I
Well,
love doing this.
it's the whole whiskey thing, the whiskey tube thing for me has been really enjoyable because of where I live. I mean, I live in Austin, which is a huge city and everything else, but where I actually live, I don't have any neighbors.
Right.
So I don't have people that I can, share whiskey with that, that can come over to the house and enjoy a nice pour on the back porch with me very often or anything. So getting on, YouTube and
Yeah.
watching other people and learning from them and, having them sample different stuff that I could possibly get here or stuff that I can't get even too, some of that's really interesting. And it's improved my bourbon journey
Mhm.
and my whiskey, actually not just bourbon, but whiskey in general, because I'm not dedicated to just bourbon or just Scotch or just Irish or anything like that. It's
Right.
whiskey in general. It's all a whiskey journey to me.
Oh, absolutely. And we've talked about this before. I have bottles of Scotch, and I don't put them in my studio. I mean, this is all bourbon except for one
Yep.
bottle. I have one bottle up here that's not. It's tucked away behind some of this up here. It's at number 9.
Yep.
But I really like it, and it drinks like a bourbon, and I keep it on the shelf. But other than that, all of this is bourbon up here. Down where you can't see,
Yeah.
there's my scotches and other
Scotch
things,
and the Irish
and I have a
and
whole other shelf over here with other things.
Japanese and
But
all this
let's
other
talk
kind of stuff.
about CNSA. Crush says, what's some good finds you found lately? Well, the one I got today, actually.
Big Daddy.
Now, peas in the backyard. Okay.
I can. I don't have neighbors.
Now,
So, being a Kentucky boy, I'm going to pee in the backyard or, anywhere that I can. There you go. That D.H. Taylor. That's some good stuff.
yep. That is going to be good when I crack it open. I've had it before. I've had a taste of it before.
Oh.
I haven't had a
Well,
whole bottle of it.
Now you got a whole bottle of it, so you can try that out whenever you want to. It's a really good. Well, I kind of hate to say a daily pour, but
No,
you can drink
it
that
would
one
be
on the
if
daily.
I could
And
get it.
yeah, if you had a backup, it would be a daily pour.
Yeah, I'm trying to. One that's really really freaking good, and people see it all the time, but they're a little more expensive, but they're worth it once you get down the road. Is
Mhm.
anything from Rabbit Hole? Rabbit Hole is
okay.
awesome. They don't torch their barrels. They slow toast them.
Okay.
They still bring them to an alligator char, but they slow toast them. And the other thing they do
Wow.
is they proof their whiskey down before it goes into the barrel. They
To
add
below
very
125?
what's that?
To below 125?
Yes, they
Okay.
proof it down. So if people aren't familiar with the rules, you can't distill whiskey at higher than 160 proof. You can
True.
do neutral spirits at 180, like vodka and things like that, but whiskey has to be at 160 proof, and it's no different for bourbon. You can't barrel it at higher than 125. And when you get to your what I call 4080s, which is the lowest you can bottle it at, That's your Jim Beam, your Jack Daniels, your the
Yeah.
bottom shelf stuff, the regular pours, the McAfee benchmark. What they do is they typically distill it at 160. They bring it down just to 125. They mature it for the minimum amount of time, and then they cut it down to 80 proof and mix all these barrels together and all that. But let me spin this. I can't be late because we're on a short time frame here. So,
Crush with the Yellowstone. I'm not sure. I've never tried the Yellowstone, but at 119,
Yellowstone's good. Yellowstone. Well, it's Yellowstone high proof. The store picks and stuff are really good. Yellow proof is a good mid bourbon. Mike Carrier. Okay, now I'm going to put down +1 on Mike there, and I am going to draw again because we want to give others an opportunity to get stuff on the wheel. And okay, that's Lori, Sheba B, +1. And now I'm gonna draw again because I always do that. She can't get the hashtags in. She's blind. Big Daddy H. That's his second.
There we go. I'm always pulling for Big Daddy H.
All right. So now we're to the last one.
Yep.
So this one's the one to win, guys. This one is worth double. So if you haven't had luck on the wheel tonight and you have managed to hit this one,
I ain't had no luck at all.
You will get 40 entries on the wheel.
That's my normal though, My normal is stay late and $1 short.
All right, here we go. It is my favorite visual casino, the Venetian.
The Venetian.
Oh, have you been in there?
No, sir.
Oh, it's got a domed roof and they have clouds in the sky and everything looks like Paris in there, Venice, Italy. The Venetian. Oh, it is beautiful in there, man.
No, I've never been to Vegas. I've been to most of the states in the U.S., but Vegas I've passed through on my way to California.
Yeah. So the dome on over the gaming floor, it has these ridges that run down. It looks like it's soft light coming out from those ridges, and it's clouds and it's light blue sky, and it and it's all decorated.
I think I've seen it online, and different things or something, but
yeah, I think though when you walk in, it's just being in there and being able to do this and go, wow, that is high.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, good restaurants in the Venetian as well.
I bet.
Good food in there. So we were talking about bourbon finds, and I was trying to remember. I have my schedule, and I know because I have 4 videos coming that are scheduled to post on Mondays, and one of them got a heck yes.
Really?
Yes, and I'm trying to remember now.
Well, heck, that's odd for you. I mean,
that's a high praise.
The most I've seen so far is a high yes. I've never seen a heck yes.
There's one coming.
Oh, well, dang.
Yeah, there's one coming.
I'd be interested in what that is because I need to go get me a bottle of that, whatever it is.
Well, let me jog my memory and look at my calendar because I keep on Google Calendar when I post something.
Yep.
Oops. Oh, gosh, come on. Why is it Google doing this? It was Holland's Ghost.
Holland's Ghost. I've never heard of that.
Oh, let me show you the bottle right quick. Yeah, I had to jog my memory. Oh, it's a limited edition.
Okay.
Yeah, when he said, have you found what good finds have you had lately? This is it right here, buddy.
Holland's Ghost.
It's Reservoir Distillery in Virginia.
Okay.
It's a limited edition Holland's Ghost. It's a true single barrel bourbon whiskey finished in an ardent stout barrel. It's 107 proof. This is liquid chocolate gold right here.
Oh, dang. I
It
love
is
me
an
some chocolate.
explosion of flavor. Look how dark that is.
Yeah, it is. It's super dark. I love chocolate. Chocolate. If I can get a good bourbon that has the chocolate note with the dark cherries,
Yeah.
oh man, that stuff
Oh,
is the
that has it.
bomb.
That has it too. It
Oh
has the
shoot.
dark cherry notes and all. All right, let me
Oh,
spin this one. Well, we can spin it here in just a minute, but oh my
yeah,
gosh, that now
exactly,
that's an
Crush.
advanced bourbon. So if you're
Yeah.
not, you got to work your way up to that. I would say if you find a bottle of Holland's Ghost and get it, take well, don't just take one sip, pour a half ounce and enjoy maybe 5 sips because it will grow on you as you
Yeah.
go, and then put it away. And then go back to the 1920 and go to other things and then go to it every once in a while as you develop, and it will amaze you
Yeah, that sounds
and it will
awesome.
not go bad. So I'm going to present screen. We're going to do this last one here. The 40 entries.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Good
I'll be
luck.
right back.
All right. Good luck, everybody. Oh, that's art by Sparkle. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Art by Sparkle.
Yes. Now, I feel bad that CNSA Crush did not win anything tonight, but hey, and there's no show next week, but there will be every single Thursday after that, I promise. I've only missed one, and that's because I want to focus on the family, and I'm going to be in a way different time zone. A way different time zone. So, I got to have a little break. Now, I will be doing a Thanksgiving show.
Hey,
I'm
Jamie
not
C.
planning. What's that?
I said, Jamie C. New person. I hadn't seen that person before.
Oh, Jamie C. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, man? We just gave away the last of it. We're getting ready to wrap the show up, but I will say this: no show next week, but the week after that, absolutely. And I will also be doing a Thanksgiving show, but I'm not going to invite a guest to the Thanksgiving show. I don't care what the turnout is. If 5 of you show up, I'll be here with you. We do our Thanksgiving in the afternoon. I'll be watching some football until the show goes on. But if anybody needs a place to land, you will have it here for at least an hour or so. An hour and a half, an hour and 45. And then, I'll still do the show and I will still give away entries for the spin. So even if you're busy or you're trying to watch football, get on your phone, put in some hashtags or something and make sure you keep up with those entries. But hey, thanks, Mike. And hope everybody had a good time. Mark, as always, great job as a co-host. Angie, if she listens to this
always
later,
fun with her.
Yeah, appreciate her coming up. I will say, let me look at one thing right quick before we wrap up. I want to give you the guests that are coming. It
was great fun with Sean.
All right.
Shane. Shane Long last week.
Oh, Shane was great. Yeah. Okay. Here it is. Thursday. Guests. Okay. We have coming up tonight was Angie Mason. Next week is Jimmy from Jimmy's Random Content. He won the Nosing Kit B. And we are going to talk about his win because he won Nosing Kit A, which is what I'm giving away.
Yeah.
But now he has B. So we're going to talk about that next week. Or not next week, but the week after that, because next week, no show. The next show. And then after that, I've got Joe Breda from Old Humble coming up. The week after that is Chatty-O. And then Richard Boyer, the mayor, RB, in the chat. So awesome. That's all I'll go through for now. I've got a couple more, but I'm not going to throw it too far out. You won't remember anyway. So peace, guys, and it's been fun, and hope everybody had a good time.
Peace, love, and bourbon.